Hello, it's Mary Lou here, and I have a new journal to share with you. This is a guest design team project for Laura from the Papered Soul on Etsy. She sent me, I made a video and back a little ways and showed you the things that she sent me to use in my journals for the next 3 months. So now let me introduce you to Clara's diary. Clara, the diary is 7.5 by 5.5. It has a 2-inch spine. It has over 100 pages. There are 3 signatures. There you can see those, and I use sari silk throughout the journal for tags and such. I did my closure a little bit different than I usually do, so let me show you that. What I did was I took a doily, and this is one that I used in one of my snippet kits, my digital kits. So I'm giving it up, but I used it to wrap around the journal and make the closure. I sewed the ribbon, which is this beautiful ribbon that I thought looked so beautiful with the journal and the kit that I used, and I machine stitched it along here so that it will hold the, you can see it's going to hold that together really nicely, and that way you can tie it on your journal. Now if you don't want this, let me know, and I will just do what I usually do, which is eyelets with I'd probably use sari silk ties. So you let me know, whoever buys this, if you'd prefer not to have the wrap, then I'll just do the other. There's the journal, the front, the back, and you see I put some lace there as well. Now on the front, I used an image from the kit, the Clara from the kit. I used a piece of doily that I trimmed to fit behind the image. She's coated with Ranger Multi-Matte Medium, and there's 3 layers, 3 layers of doilies here, 3 flowers. I put I don't remember what you call these Tim Holt pins, but there's a Tim Holt pin. It has number 84 on it. There's 2 glass beads and then a heart. So let me take you inside. On the inside, there's Clara again, and this kit is from Screech Owl Studio, and she gave us this page, so I used it on the cover so that you could, write your name right there. Okay, on the next page, this is part of the page here, but I printed it out of cardstock as well, then glued it around to form this pocket. So it has some beautiful printed fabric that's been frayed. This is from Laura's shop, this little trim here. And I fussy cut this out and fussy cut Clara's diary out. I love this tag. It's one I've had for years. It's a magnolia tag, and that just slides right in here. Here, there's a couple of layers of doilies that I trimmed. I used up a lot of my not used them up, but I used a lot of my doily collection in this. Here's a corner pocket, and you can see I did some machine stitching throughout the journal. You'll see it here and there, and I'll point it out. So I fussy cut this flower out, and I did do a little bit of Wink of Stella throughout the journal. There's a corner of a doily here, and then this flower. And in the pocket, the papers are coffee dyed, and I did do both some stamping and some stenciling. Here's a tag from the kit. There's a card. I did stamping on there. And here's a pretty little image from the kit that I sewed. I sewed around it and sewed some frayed linen fabric to the back of it, and then I covered it with some thinner cardstock so that you'd have a nice place to write and to journal there, and not have to fight with the fabric. Okay, there's some of the threads. I left a lot of them, so if you don't like threads, then you just cut them off. Okay, I took some of the pages from another kit of Yvonne's, and I'll put that kit down below as well. And I just made, I wanted some more lines, and this is on parchment paper. And then I made some lines of my own and put some roses on. There's some stamping. You can see the texture on my coffee dyed paper. Here is an element from Laura's shop. It is a, well, I hoped it had a name on it. It's account receivable ledger, and it's this long when you get it. It's all one piece. I folded it over and stitched here and here, and then made an envelope out of it. I punched some holes and put some eyelets in it, and then I added some sari silk. Here is a bunch of, I used the papers from the kit that I used, and I just did some collaging. And I used some washi tape. Okay, so here's a pocket. I did some collaging there too with my nails. I may have trouble. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Maybe. Okay, there's one. No, there's more in there, I think. Nope, I guess not. There's this pretty card over here. There's another card, and that's one of them that I did some sewing on, and because that was so pretty, I didn't want to cover it up, so you got that much space to write on. This is where my story begins. Okay, and then over here, let's see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and there's this is a doily from Laura's shop, a paper doily. Really pretty scalloped edge, and it's embossed. You're not going to see it there. Maybe you can see it here. There's some vellum papers that I included in the journal. I love these. This is from that other kit. So there's 2 different kits used in here besides some of my own stuff. Okay, here's a belly band, a wide belly band with some lace attached to it, and tucked inside is 2 different pieces of paper for you to journal on. This is parchment, and this is a page that I created from the kit that says Dear Diary. Okay, here's another page. Now here's some lace that dangles, so I put that there on the edge. There's a flower I fussy cut and Winkestella'd up. And there's a pocket here. Here's a tag I created. I put sari silk, and there's a rose charm. And then here's a lady sitting at her desk thinking about what she's going to journal about. Pausing and thinking. And then this is a, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like a clipboard. Yeah, clipboard. And then it's got some things on there for you to write on. It's an old die that I had, and I hadn't used for a while, so I thought, well, I'll put that in there. Be something different. And I did stitch around this pocket. You can see it there with the threads. There's the stenciling with roses. Here's a side pocket that I made. I did put a piece of a doily here with a bulb pin, a charm, and some beads. They're glass beads. I did do some washi tape stuff there. Here's just a card that I made. I did some more collaging, and I put some of that same doily that's on the cover, and you'll see it in other places in here. I put that there, and then one of these little flowers and some sari silk. And these are some of my journal words and saying. And one of the saying is, gather the rose of love whilst yet is time. And I thought that way I could show you how you use them. I just cut them out to what I want, and if I need to cut them apart, that works too. And then I just ink the edges. So that's from one of my kits, my digital kits. Vintage finds. Lots of places to journal in this. There's a pretty image from the kit. Some more of the vellum from one of Yvonne's kits. And there's the other side of that doily. And there you can see some more stitching, because I stitched around this pocket. It's a double layer pocket. In the front, I put some cards. I don't think I did any stamping on there. And then this is a tag from Laura's shop. It's one of her little bitty ones. I put some of the pretty trim that she sent me and some of my sari silk, and then I stamped it. True beauty in a woman is reflected in her soul. More of the lined paper. Okay, here's a glassine envelope from Laura's shop. It opens up, and inside is a pretty card just filled with roses, so pretty. I did do some washi on the front of that. And then in the back, behind that, there's a pretty card with roses. There's some stamping, and there's a pretty tag with some more of that trim. Well, if I can get it in there, let's see. I know it opens. There we go. And then I made another pocket back here. There, you can see it better now, and it's got lace all the way around with sari silk on the corner. Here's a large envelope, and it has, I did some collaging in there, but it's got parchment paper, did some stamping, and then there's rules for Victorian diary keeping, a sample of their entries that a lady might have made, and just ideas about what you can talk about in your diary or your journal, whichever you want to call it. This is Clara's diary, so there you go. Some more stenciling and stitching. That's the end of the first signature. On to the second. There's another pocket made with some pretty paper. I added some lace. There's a pretty tag and a card. There you can see the stitching with the strings. Some more of that lined paper, both sides. Here's a little corner. It's an envelope from Laura's shop. I would call it like an envelope you'd use from you'd get from a florist shop. Inside the little envelope, and I'll show you more about that in a minute, there's a tag and another envelope. This is made out of vellum, and inside is another page for Dear Diary, so that you can write on that. It's a full-length sheet. And then there's another lady sitting at the desk, pondering and writing. I hope you're having a good day and that you've had a good week. You're starting a new week. Okay, this envelope has a window in it, this little envelope. What I did was I trimmed the flap and glued it up inside. And then I did some collaging all the way around it, added this little rose and did some Winkostella on it. I punched a hole and put an eyelet in it, and then I added this heart with two little glass beads, similar to what was on the front of the diary itself. Inside is the lady you see peeking through. There she is. And then put her right back in there. Okay. Some more stenciling. And another doily, another sheet of vellum from the kit. Here's another beautiful snippet from a doily that I put here, and another one here. I love this one because it has these little bitty crocheted flowers, and there's also a bulb pin with some little glass beads and a flower. This is a bag from Laura's shop. I think you can just barely see the print of it here. I flipped it and made a pocket on the front because it's longer, about that much more long. And then I added this image and I added this. I did some washi and the flower and put these in the pocket. in the front pocket. And then inside the bag, here's a tag that I created. I put some of the, what do you call this? Oh, brain freeze. Anyway, there's some beautiful lace that I put here with a bit of more of that doily, and this is a piece from the pretty lace, a flower. Behind it all is piano roll paper, and this is a tag from Laura's shop. Oh, come on, Linda Bridges. What do you call this? I can't remember. Tatting? Is it tatting? Maybe that's it. These are some that I bought from her, or she sent me when I bought some stuff, and I thought they would add little extra pretties in there. And then again, I used some words from my journal, my journal words digital kit. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. So there's that. That's in the bag. And then behind the bag is another tag. It says there's no place like home. Sounds like Wizard of Oz. Did some stamping, and you can see the stitching there and here. Here I did some more lace around the corner and a flower. There's a tuck. And then in here is one of my perpetual calendars that I sell on Etsy. You can write whatever you want, and you can circle the date that you wrote it, whatever you want to do. That's on parchment paper. Here's a Rita Donnelly flip. And I make mine a little different than I've seen other people make, but I'll show you. Inside, first of all, I'll show you this. This is a card from the kit that I did the fabric around and stitched. I wrap mine back up so that I have a pocket back here, so that can hold that. And then there's this space behind. This is from Victoria Designs. And this is from the kit. The stamp on the back. I'll list that kit down below as well. Stenciling. Some more lined paper to journal on. Beautiful roses. There, on the other side of the doily. There's another fussy cut pocket that I made with some stamping, a little bit of Wink of Stella. Here's a card from Laura's shop. It's a catalog card from like a library card, and I decoupaged a piece of the kit onto this. Or no, this is a napkin. This is a napkin I had, that's right. I did put some sari silk. I put some hole protectors and some sari silk. So that's there, and there's that other tag. Look on the back. Vintage finds there. More lined paper. More coffee dyed paper. Here's another envelope from Laura's shop. It's a glassine envelope. What I did with the flap is I put half of one of the doilies that she sent me from her shop. This is a button from her shop that I stitched, I put thread through and then glued it on. There's two different kinds of lace and a doily. You flip it up. There's more collaging. And in the bag, there's some pretty flowers and a beautiful cottage in there. And then behind is a little booklet, and it's filled with coffee dyed papers, and I did do some stamping in here as well. There you go. And there's the end of the second signature. I haven't been mentioning it, but you see all these beads? Instead of tying and putting hearts on a string or whatever, I extended these. I made them extra long. You may want to cut off all the brown threads, but then I add these beads on it. So I just thought that would be pretty. Add more pretty to it. Okay, so on to number 3 signature. Here's a belly band with a large tag in it. I stamped lines on the back of that one. And right here at the side is another beautiful doily with a bulb pin and a butterfly and some glass beads. This is a bag from Laura's shop. I didn't do much to it. I did put a flower. I just thought it was pretty, and that way you'd have more places to journal. In this pocket is one of our little ladies that I sewed fabric to, and then put more back there. And then there's this, says journal. That's also from Victoria's Designs. More stenciling. Other side of the napkin. There's some beautiful, or that's the new side. That's another doily from Laura's shop. And then there's some more beautiful paper and vellum. Some lined paper. Here's a double pocket. There's some beautiful lace here. Also some that like I used on the front cover. There's 2 pockets. That one has a stamp on it. This is another one of those that I sewed fabric to. Get in there. Then there's a little pocket up here, and it's got Clara's diary. It's got a pretty little label there and some roses. There's another side pocket. In it, there's another lady. It looks like she's furiously writing, so she's got something to talk about. I did put some lace here, as you can see. Here's a postcard. And here's a large envelope. And inside is a lady. Heading looks like she's getting paper and a pen, ready to write. Maybe she's got to write something in a hurry, I don't know. There's a postcard. Some stamping. This is from Victoria Designs, Steamy Secrets, so you can write all your steamy secrets in your diary. More of those beautiful streaming down, those beads. Here's a flip up and down that you can do more journaling on. It's coffee dyed paper. I used it as a belly band, so I put this and this. Okay. The other side of that, the other side of Laura's beautiful doily. Here's a tall pocket. It's not one of my tall skinny pockets. This one's a little wider. It's more like 3 inches. I put a pocket on the front of this tall pocket. The pocket has some little cards and a tag from the kit. I put some lace and a flower on this, and some cheesecloth is there. So, and in the pocket is another large tag. It just slides into the pocket when I don't have yeah, there you go. It does. You saw me take it out. Just doesn't want to, there it goes right in. Okay. And then on this side, there's room to journal here, and I put my notes. I put some more writing lines here so that you'd have more places to journal. There's the other side of the sack or bag. Here's an envelope. This is from Laura's shop. And there's a little lady sitting and writing away. And this little envelope, I put another one of these pretty little special cards for you to journal on. They're fuzzy. Fuzzy, fuzzy. There's some more lines. And some more stitching and stenciling. There's another pocket. I love this little piece from the kit. Some old-timey stitching. There's another one of the pretty cards. And one of the beautiful tags from the kit. This is the back page, or the back cover. I made a pocket here with a flower on it. It's got some Wink of Stella, and here's a pretty card for the back. And then I signed, who this journal was made by. This journal will be available in my Etsy shop. There you can get a better picture. I don't think you could see that except for the photos. You can see all the charms hanging off. There's one over here. Then there's one inside in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charms with this journal. And lots of lace and doilies and beads. And then let me know if you don't want this. I will go ahead and put eyelets on here with sari silk ties. So there's that. So thank you, Laura, for having me do this for you. Thanks for sponsoring me with this. You guys all go check out her shop. Let her know I sent you, and order something from her, because she's good. She sends her things out really quickly, and her prices are reasonable, and she's got a nice assortment in her shop. Okay. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. Bye-bye now.